We are starting this video with a last little surprise to Jurassic World Evolution. The brand new Deinonychus has been shown, and here we are with a little preview to Jurassic World Evolution 3. You can see the footage of the Deinonychus just has been released on the Frontier channels. It's a huge overhaul. I really do like it. I've seen it already a couple weeks ago when we've been to the Frontier offices. I also played the game already for a couple of hours when we were at the Frontier HQ, and I have a lot to say about the game, and I wanted to take this opportunity today just a couple days ahead of the launch of the game to talk you through a little preview that I think is very worth the wait, because next week we can all dive into what I think is going to be the best Jurassic Park builder game out there. And I say that with a lot of confidence because, again, I've already played a couple of hours when I've been at Frontier. I have had the chance to see a lot of things going on there behind the scenes, what they're cooking and so on. But also, as I'm more coming from a Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo kind of genre, I feel like attached to this game as well because J-POC has been something I enjoyed in the past quite a lot, and yes, I'm that old. So we are here sitting waiting for the third installment in a game, and frankly the second game. I've played quite a lot of Jurassic World Evolution 2 as well, but we all agree that the beginning of this game has been, let's say, rough. Of course, we had two major introductions with the lagoons and better aviaries, but the kind of leap forward hasn't been really that much. Now, summing up what else is new in this game, we see a list that is absolutely bonkers. So if we just completely go through that like a checklist, we have the new landscaping tools, kind of dynamic waterfalls. We've, of course, breeding and baby dinosaurs, or juvenile dinosaurs, I should say. We have piece-by-piece building coming over from the Planet series. We have a new island generator, which is a huge fan favorite and a nice little nod back to the J-POC times. We have a lot of new kind of dinosaurs, but also a huge list of returning dinosaurs. We have swimming mechanics, we have deep water mechanics, we've got a lot of new tools available. We've got the marketplace as an addition to acquire animals in general, and we seemingly have a very exciting campaign at hand, which goes into the Jurassic lore, but this time around seems not to be interfered too much with like movie kind of connections, which I personally think is a good thing. But like overall, it's a huge list of new things, and also we have all the other stuff from the old games returning to the game as well. So we are getting almost the Jurassic World Evolution 2 full game plus a lot of new things. Oh, did I even mention a whole bunch of new path features, a lot of new rides as well, with the balloon ride and the Cretaceous Canyon canopy. What's it called again? You know what I mean. The little raft ride. So that is actually so freaking amazing. And also, again, me as a creative player, I had a lot of fun in Jurassic World Evolution 2, and I have also quite a lot of hours in that game. Also, surprisingly many hours, to be honest, because I've played the first couple months of this game quite a lot, and in total we are over 200 hours of game time, which is not that much compared to my over 5,000 hours in the Planet games. But I must admit that this is a game that seems to tie together the two worlds that I'm loving. I love dinosaurs. I love the Jurassic genre. I love Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. I love all around it, but I never really felt this longevity in the old games. But now, also, I must mention, the Frontier Workshop will add a whole lot of kind of longevity options for us players, because either you're casual and you need a lot of blueprints. The longer the game exists, the more blueprints will be at hand for you. But also for us as creative players who love to build stuff, we can just create blueprints for everyone out there for them to be used and showcased. So that is very cool, and giving us all the option to enjoy a Jurassic Park build a game, to have all the abilities, well, not all, we'll get to that in a second, but most of the abilities you should think you have in a Planet game, and then you have all the beauty of the animals. So let's also talk about a couple of little downsides, because I think, with all previews, we can't just be 100% positive, because no game ever, well, almost no game ever, has been very positive or like 100% positive at the beginning. I think the two main downsides from the game I'm seeing is, the first is the lack of bridges, seemingly. There's no option whatsoever to have elevated path or whatever. So in the old two games, I didn't see that being an issue because the tools overall felt relatively limited and you could click together a park very quickly and there was no really need to have these things because also the landscaping tools were super limited. limited, so height elevations didn't really play that much of a role. But now, as we have all the options with way better kind of landscaping abilities, making super nice canyons and stuff, and the ability to build piece by piece, but then again having not the ability to build actual bridges, we can only use, as far as been told, we can use the transport rides, you know, to bring people from A to B. If there is like a canyon or river or whatever, you can go through via the Hyperloop or a zip line or the monorail, which is working. But again, is that really what you need? I think it's not. I think this is a huge opportunity for them to improve upon in the future. And the second thing, which I personally am not too worried about, but I think that a lot of people love it, there is seemingly no real change to the fighting system in the game. So meaning that a lot of the animations and a lot of the fights will be exactly the same, just looking a lot better due to the global illumination, which I should have mentioned in all the news as well. But the engine has been completely refined, and we now have global illumination also in this game. We've already seen in Planet Coaster 2 how much of a difference that makes, especially for dark scenes. Now having this in this game, and I can tell you it's even that much better than in Planet Coaster 2. It's even better than in Planet Coaster 2. When I played at the Frontier HQ, I have tested a couple of things with lighting, and oh my god, that looks good. Unfortunately, I don't have it in my footage, which they did not include because that should be a focus on the Suchomimus instead. But you know, I can at least tell you that it looks fantastic, and even cast little shadows when you use in-game lights. That's fantastic as well. So that all together seems to be that the focus on the game is really into building and creating beautiful parks, because despite the fact we seem to have no real change in the fighting system, we still have a lot of new animations, a lot of versatility in the animals, simply because of the new social interactions between adults and juveniles, but also between adults and juveniles of different species, as it has been confirmed that some of the animals will follow other animals as well and get some little animations. Juveniles will not fight each other as far as I know, but it's, you know, as I said, there's a lot into, but you can really tell the focus of Frontier has been now to create the perfect park management game, and you still have a lot of the things, like if things go wrong, obviously, in your park, breakouts and stuff, then there is 100% this kind of stuff, kind of confirm what you have in the past as well, but it may lack a little bit of the novelty of new kind of fight and kill animations, which we will see hopefully with new introductions to the game. That said, new introductions is a good little hint here, because we are talking about a Frontier game upon release, and if you have followed Frontier games in the last couple of years, you know, it may have been rough here and there, but now we are looking at a game that seems to have finally managed to be there as a game delivering what it should deliver at launch. A very stable, very great game filled with content, filled with a lot of new content. Oh, and by the way, the amount of pieces in this game for the builder among you guys, holy cow, that is a lot of pieces to play with at launch. A lot of pieces, a lot of themes, a lot of generic pieces you can use for whatever. Brilliant. But pieces I wanted to quickly talk about because, you know, Jurassic World Evolution 2 and also now the next installment has already quite a lot of animals in there, and it seems like that the next part where we are branching out into is seemingly more the prehistoric animals more than just the Jurassic franchise. To fill the roster, obviously Frontier needed already to go beyond what is in the Jurassic Park canon or Jurassic World canon, because obviously that would not be enough to fill a game like that. So now we are really into the era of prehistoric animals, which I think gives them huge opportunity to make the game even more interesting to look at. We already had that with this kind of prehistoric turtle kind of thing, Archipelagus or something like that. I forgot how the name exactly is. I promise I will learn the names now, as I will definitely play the game much more. So don't hate me on that too much. I will get better at that. But the good thing is that now you can expect also the DLCs not being focused only around animals anymore, but also around themes and tools and rides. And it all leans ever so much more to the Planet series. It seems to be finally evolving from what has been the two first installment of the Jurassic games, which have a good focus on building a park relatively tight close to the movies. And it seems like that disconnection has been a little bit loosened. And also Frontier, when we've been there, we got a little bit of an insight to how dinosaurs are designed from the first drafts to the final version. And there is a little moment where they are in contact with Universal, where they get some feedback from them, and they told us that they have gotten so good that in comparison to the beginning where they always had some feedback, it now came to a point where every 8th or 9th dinosaur they may have like a tiny little correction to make it feel a bit more to the franchise. But Frontier has gotten so good at that they are now able to just pull off some other animals as well that kind of fit into the Jurassic style, but at the same time are a bit more paleo accurate, which a lot of people want, a lot of people are fans of. But again, I think it is important to mention that you cannot expect this being a 100% paleo accurate game. At the end of the day, there is the Jurassic franchise IP behind that, so it has to kind of fit into this as well. But still, they managed, and you've seen that we've started today's video with the Deinonychus, which is a brilliant new introduction to the roster. And of course, you can still have the old one if you like this one from the old games, the Frontier version, let's call it that way. I think this is also the official name we should call it. This also will be included as a different skin variant, which then leads into a different variant. The same goes with mostly all of them you can expect. They still have all these type of variants in the game, which is super great, super amazing. I cannot wait to play this game so much more, and I can already promise that the day the game launches, I will shoot you with content. It's going to be great. There's a lot of cool stuff planned. I have really the urge to test the limits of the game now with the piece limit and stuff, or like not piece limit, but piece by piece building is limiting in a way because you can go nuts with it, as for those of you watching my channel already in the past know that I'm capable of doing weird stuff. So I'm really curious, and I'm looking forward to the community. I'm looking forward what you guys are creating with the game, because there are so many people. There's just such a vast community of different players now. There's hopefully a lot of players from the Planet games coming over, having a little go in this game. And then again, we have a lot of classic Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Evolution players, which get the first time ever the feeling of the power of piece by piece building and the workshop and blueprints. That will leap forward. This will just kind of enrich your park building abilities by a million times. And as far as I could test it when I was playing these 2.5 hours at Frontier, it seems to be really limitless. Like they really got rid of most of the hitboxes. You can place stuff anywhere. It is so good. I can't wait. It's really, I said that in my very first video about Jurassic World Evolution 3, I said that I was really not that much curious about the game. I didn't expect too much. I thought it was just another installment in this game. While I enjoyed Jurassic World Evolution 2, 150 to 200 hours is fine for a game, but it's not been that excessive. And the preview, the first early preview we had, already left me speechless because I have not expected them to pull off these things. And now, after all the kind of, I think, very good build-up to the launch of the game now, I'm so confident that this game is really delivering on the promise I have seen in that first look event, and even so much more. A lot of fan wishes have been fulfilled. And now it's time to hear your opinion. Are you excited for next day, Tuesday? I am, at least. We'll be there. We'll be live in the evening on Twitch as well and on YouTube. So make sure to be there. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of crazy stuff coming. I promise. I'm not going to exaggerate here if I say there's a lot of surprising stuff coming. So be there, be square, be happy, whatever. I talk to you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a good day, and bye.